Hi folks, in today's video I want to show you how to make easy sauerkraut. For this recipe all you'll need is 3 heads of cabbage and 2 tablespoons of salt. Firstly, cut the cabbages in half. Next, remove the stalk. I like to chop the cabbage very thinly, but you can chop it however you wish, just make sure it's all even. In my household we are sauerkraut addicts, and to make our life easier, a very good friend of ours bought us a special cabbage slicer, and it's worth every penny, even though I don't know how much it cost. I sliced my cabbage with this. When all the cabbage is sliced, add the salt and massage very well until the water comes out of the cabbage. This can take quite a while, but you'll just have to stick with it. I did the cabbage in 2 batches, as it was too much for one bowl. Here you can see the water that's actually come out of the cabbage as I've been massaging it. Now you'll need to pack it into jars. Make sure you pack it in very tightly. Here I've used a food grade mesh to keep it submerged when you add the water. Next, add the water. You may find that if your cabbage was really dry, then you'll need to make a salt solution using 3 cups of water and 1/8 of a cup of salt. Cover using breathable cotton fabric. Place the jars in a tray, as sometimes they bubble over, creating a mess. Leave to ferment at room temperature for 3 days. After that, put the lids on and store in a cool place. Hi folks, today we've got a treat and we've got a naturopathic nutritionist here to talk about sauerkraut. Her name is Claire Ling. Hello Claire.
Hi Ben.
Hi. So what can you tell me about sauerkraut? What is it?
Well, sauerkraut is a tremendous probiotic food made from fermenting cabbage, and you can vary this. So when you learn to ferment cabbage into sauerkraut, you can vary its flavour by adding different things such as garlic, carrots, seaweed for a different flavour.
Right, okay.
And that's just to keep it incorporated into your eating with sufficient variety for you to be motivated to eat it every day.
So why is sauerkraut so good for you?
It really is a very good source of nutrition,
Okay.
and supportive of regenerating the intestines, rejuvenating in fact the whole body, improving digestion, and in that way very supportive of good immune health as well.
Okay.
So it helps our body to fight defence as our immune system strengthens.
So would you say it sort of goes further than just a standard probiotic?
I think its strength really is that it is a source of good flora, and so it's all of the benefits of a probiotic, but taken in naturally. The natural food source has a much greater number of strains of bacteria, and much more akin to something that our body can understand and work with in a very, very natural way. It has an added benefit, in fact, of being a source of vitamin K2, which will support our bone health by ensuring the direction of calcium to our teeth and skeleton. It also helps to balance our stomach secretions.
And so for someone who, say, has digestive issues, when they're, maybe flatulence or with problems actually digesting certain foods, would you say this would be something that would be very beneficial?
I think it would be very beneficial, but that probably brings us to a next interesting point, which is, when or how might you incorporate sauerkraut into your eating?
Okay. Yeah.
And our body's quite capable actually of assimilating sauerkraut and the benefits of it throughout the day, but something that it can be wrapped up in too would be a very beneficial sort of starter salad. Something like bitter leaves, very supportive of pancreatic enzymes. One might add a cider apple vinegar dressing to that to support stomach acid status.
Right.
Both those two benefits combined will work to break down the food that one is just about to eat to give a much more easy digestive experience, greater assimilation of the nutrition. And if you were to add the sauerkraut into that sort of starter salad, you'd get a heap of good gut flora, probiotics, into the equation, and that would pack quite a powerful punch to overall digestive health.
How many times a day, for example?
Oh, okay. Just actually having it even once a day, as a couple of, say, a tablespoon or two, would be sufficient to be a therapeutic introduction to your eating. But the good thing about food really is that in terms of something like sauerkraut, there wouldn't necessarily be a limit, and you might include it if you'd like to as a side dish to any regular meal, or a starter. And if it happens to go with what you're eating, there's no harm in putting a tablespoon on the side.
Sure.
Just any opportunity at mealtimes to add in something that really is food as medicine is a great thing to do.
Okay, so basically, Claire, what we can take from this is that we should all be eating fermented foods.
Yes, we certainly should, yes.
Great. Well, get making that sauerkraut, folks. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I do. And as always, folks, I'll see you in the next one.